I get it ready for the live stream now. I get it ready for the live stream now. Okay. All right, how's it going? Um, this is Awoy Edwards, and this is another episode of I'm Omo J. Um, Ministries we're reading through the Torah right now, and this is we're going to be beginning tonight Leviticus. We've already made it through Genesis and Exodus in our previous shows, and now we're transitioning into Leviticus, where the children of Israel are still in the wilderness. Um, and this is after Moshe has received the instructions uh, from Yahweh, and he's come down out of the mount, and he's delivered to them the protocol, and he's in the process of delivering to the people the protocol um, and establishing the tabernacle. So that's what we're going to pick up this evening. Okay. Right. Again, we're using the eSword app for our readings, and it's pretty good because it has the expanded detail. So when we need to look up definitions in terms of the original Hebrew word or Paleo Hebrew word, we can find it in there. I'll just say Hebrew because some of these words are not Paleo Hebrew and they're not Aramaic either. So um, yeah, we'll just say Hebrew because some of these words are also blended with Yiddish, which is modern Hebrew. Um, so some of the more Paleo Hebrew definitions for the characters are not in are not in here. So we have to do additional research outside of just this engine. But it is a good interface because it has the baseline definitions in the expanded form, and you can switch back and forth between um, the standard reading, standard KJV reading, and the King James expanded version. Also do external research relative to the Ethiopian Bible. Um, there's a good translation that I have, and then there's also the Geneva Bible that I use for certain things as well. And then I have a PDF of like the original first print that I downloaded from archive.org. So it does help to have multiple tools at our disposal. Um, the um, the concordance and things of that nature. Um, there's too much interpolation um, in there, and there's too much assumption in there. So I use multiple sources to research the definitions of each of these things that are contained within the Bible. Again, in the New Testament, it is written in Greek. The Old Testament, as they're commonly called, is written in Hebrew or Aramaic um, and Paleo Hebrew for the older actual raw documents. All right, so we'll begin Leviticus 1 and 1. And and the Lord and Jehovah called unto Moshe and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, If any man of you bring an offering unto Jehovah, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of the herd, and of the flock. If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before Jehovah. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make atonement for him. And he shall kill the bullock before Jehovah, and the priests, Aaron's sons, shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall flay or spread the burnt offering and cut it into his pieces. And the sons of Aharone, the priest, shall put fire upon the altar and lay the wood in order upon the fire. And the priests, or the Cohens, Aharon's sons, shall lay the parts, the head, and the fat in order upon the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. When he says in order, these orders were previously given. So the priests of the bloodline and those who practice this tradition and pass it down from their fathers since Abraham would know this tradition of how to lay it out and spread it because it was explained previously when the instruction was given to Ibrahim or Abraham. But his inwards and his legs shall he wash in water, and the priest shall burn all on the altar to be a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, um, because of the fat and the way that they offer it. And if his offering be of the flocks, namely of the sheep or of the goats, for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it a male without blemish, and he shall kill it on the side of the altar northward before Jehovah. And the priests, or the Cohens, Aharon's sons, shall sprinkle his blood round about upon the altar, and he shall cut it into his pieces, with his head and his fat, and the priest shall lay them in order on the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. This was also previously given to Abraham. But he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it upon the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, or unto Jehovah. This is a translation, so that word is being inserted, and this is not the word they would have used. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to Jehovah be of fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or of young pigeons, which was previously directed as well. And the priest shall bring it unto the altar and wring off his head and burn it on the altar. And the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. And he shall pluck away his crop with his feathers and cast it beside the altar on the east part by the place of the ashes. And the crop is a part of the bird that is basically his voice, essentially. And he shall cleave it with the wings thereof. I mean, no, it's not his voice. It's a part that allows him to fly, I believe. Yeah, double check that. Crawl of a bird, right? Yeah. And cast it beside the altar on the east part by the place of the ashes. And he shall cleave it with the wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, sweet savor unto Jehovah. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the part of a bird where they store food. So it's undigested food that would be in the craw. So that's the part that they tear out, um, that they remove, as well as the feathers before they put it on the fire. So they pluck the feathers off. This is saying pluck the feathers off and remove the craw. The craw is a part that would be essentially the esophagus, but a bird stores food so they can digest it later. Um, so they can essentially gather the food. So this is undigested food. So it's not a part of their actual being. So that is to be discarded from the bird. And that instruction was given previously um, in Genesis. Yeah, cleave the wings thereof, not divided asunder. Yeah. Okay, chapter 2. So that was an offering. That was the law of burnt offerings. So those are all the. This is just a restating of what was previous, but this is like essentially they're going from top to bottom with the new laws according to the commandments that's given to the children of Israel uh, during their sojourn in the wilderness. Okay. And when any will offer a meat offering unto Jehovah, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereon. And he shall bring it to Aharon's sons, the Cohen, so the priest, and he shall take thereof. Let me make sure I'm saying it correctly. Kohen, 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 modern terms. And he shall take thereout his handful of flour thereof, of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof, and the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aharon's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of Jehovah made by fire. Okay. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering baked bacon in the oven or baked in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, or unleavened wafers anointed with oil. And if thy oblation be a meat offering bacon in a pan, it shall be of fine flour unleavened mingled with oil. So that's whether it's an oven or it's on top in a pan, like a cast iron skillet or something. Either way it goes, it needs to be unleavened, no yeast, and mingled with oil. Um, Thou shalt part it in pieces and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. So meat is not only referring to um, animal meat. Meat is also referring to grain, and it also refers to uh, herbs in what we would modernly call fruit, uh, and vegetation and vegetables. Uh, that was previously called meat in Genesis as well. And if thy oblation be a meat offering bacon in a pan, okay, thou shalt part it in pieces and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if thy oblation be a meat offering bacon in a frying pan, this is new. This is not the old language. It shall be of fine flour with oil, and thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto Jehovah. And when it is presented upon unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aharon's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of Jehovah made by fire. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto Jehovah shall be made with leaven. For ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of Jehovah made by fire. So, no leaven and no honey. But it's interesting now because there's more coming out about what happens to honey when it's heated and it turns into gluten, essentially, um, and can become toxic. Okay. As for the oblation of the first fruits, which is its own festival, its own offering, the first fruits is the first harvest um, of the crops that are planted. You shall offer them unto Jehovah, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. And every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt, neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy Elohim to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt. Critical. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto Jehovah, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruits green ears of corn, dried by the fire, even corn beaten out unto full out of full ears. And this is another time they're talking about corn, but they did not encounter corn until they came into the Americas. So this being in the Bible from that time period is very strange. Again, because they did not encounter corn until they came to the Americas. And thou shalt put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto Jehovah. Oil, frankincense. It is a meat offering. Okay. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before Jehovah. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aharon's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, which is the mesh um, part, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And Aharon's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto Jehovah be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before Jehovah. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aharon's sons shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, the fat thereof and the whole rump it shall be it shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, or intestines. We know what inwards means. And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, that shall be taken away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. This is the food offering made by fire unto Jehovah. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before Jehovah, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of it and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aharon shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is Jehovah's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat either neither fat nor blood. So this makes sense. Well, we used to pick all of the fat off of our chicken. Okay. And Jehovah spake unto Moses, or unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of Jehovah concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin, which he hath sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto Jehovah for a sin offering. So this is basically like what Aharone did, or what Aaron did when he sinned, sin of the people, because he is a priest. So the people, his people, can impact his actions based on the direction in which they desire to move. So he's an extension. A priest is an extension of the people he's connected to. So as it is saying, if he sinned a sin of the people through ignorance, um, or according to the sin of the people, because of the multitude, essentially, then he has an offering that he can be made by bringing a bullock without blemish unto Jehovah for a sin offering. And he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before Jehovah, and shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head and kill the bullock before Jehovah. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before Jehovah, before the veil of the sanctuary. So that's outside of it. It's not fully inside yet. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before Jehovah, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, shall pour all of the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take off from it all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. And remember, this word sin is a different word in Hebrew than it is in Greek. So this word sin, it's not this. Saying sin offering. That's okay. Kata. Okay. Kata. 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 That's totally different. That's totally different than the word that they're using in the New Testament for sin. In this sense, it means offense, but this is the part where the writing of the law is underway. penalty, occasion, sacrifice, expiation, offender, punishment, purifying. Yes, so this is for the purification of the nation, because they did sin against Jehovah. They did cause offense against Jehovah when they built the golden calf while Moshe was away, and taken up into the mountain. Um, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, um, with the kidneys. It shall be take away, as it was taken off from the bullock of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering, and the skin of the bullock and all his flesh, um, with his head and with his legs and his inwards and his dung, even the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp unto a clean place where the ashes are poured out, and burn him on the wood with fire where the ashes are poured out, shall he be burned. So this is to be discarded. And if the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, and the thing be hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of Jehovah concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty, when the sin of the kata'ah, which they have sinned against it, is known, then the congregation shall offer a young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before Jehovah, and the bullock shall be before Jehovah. And the priest that is anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before Jehovah, even before the veil. Be good to have a diagram of the temple to reference. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar, which is before Jehovah, that is the tabernacle of the congregation, shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take all his fat from him and burn it upon the altar. And he shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering. So shall he do with this. And the priest shall make an atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. And he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp, and burn him as he burned the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. Okay. When a ruler hath sinned and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of Jehovah his Elohim, concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin wherein he hath sinned come to his knowledge, he has he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat, and kill it in the place where they kill the burnt offering before Jehovah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. And he shall burn all his fat upon the altar, as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, while he doeth somewhat against any of the commandments of Jehovah concerning things which ought not to be done, and be guilty, or if his sin which he hath sinned come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. And the priest shall take the blood thereof with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offerings, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat is taken away from off the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it a female without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto Jehovah. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he hath committed, and it shall be forgiven him. Okay. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty. Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing, and he shall bring his trespass offering unto Jehovah for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. And this is another reason why my mother always told me to never call children kids, because kids are baby goats and they are offered as sacrifices. And if you not be able to bring a lamb, oh, okay, so thing. And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto Jehovah for his sin, which he has sinned, a female of the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. And his kata'ah, it's not the same thing as the New Testament sin. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons unto the Lord, or unto Jehovah, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder. And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a kata'ah offering. And he shall offer the second for a burnt offering according to the manner, and the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he hath sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. But if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sinned shall bring for his offering the tenth part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon. What is the word for frankincense? Labona, whiteness. Whiteness, or perhaps from its smoke, the whiteness of its smoke. So labona, hmm, labona, labona is frankincense. Shemen, shemen. Oil is shemen. It could be olive oil or pine, but it's just oil. Kota, cutter is bayak. Alterers. Mizbayak. Mizbayak. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar according to the offerings made by fire unto Jehovah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, his all that he hath. Yeah, what is this? What was sinned? In this sense, be kota. Okay, so that's kota. Kata. And kata'a is sin, individual, and kata is sin, past tense. Okay. From touching the sin that he hath sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him, and the remnant shall be the priest's as a meat offering. So that's the thing. In order for a priest to stand in that capacity to cleanse um, the one who has sinned, the priest also needs to cleanse himself or offer a burnt offering on his behalf. Not a sin offering, but a burnt offering. Rebalance the energy for himself to stand in that capacity so that the sin does not stay with him um, and has enough energy to go to where it needs to go. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, if a soul commit a trespass and through ignorance in the holy things of Jehovah, then he shall bring for his trespass unto Jehovah a ram without blemish of the flocks, with thy estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering. And he shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the fifth part thereto, and give it unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him. And if a soul kata'ah and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of Jehovah, though he wist it not, yet is he guilty and shall bear his iniquity. So, what is the difference between guilty and iniquity? Guilty is asham or ashame. Ashame, maybe where shame comes from. Asham or ashame. Avone or avone, perversity, moral evil, fault, iniquity, mischief, much. Okay, iniquity is avone. Guilty is ashame. And he shall bring a ram without blemish of a flock with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the Kohone, or I'm saying that wrong. It's not Cojones. Colon. Modernly colon, but is it cojone? Kohane. 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 He shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock, with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the Kohane. And the Kohane shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance, wherein he erred and wist it not, or wished it not, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a trespass offering. He hath certainly trespassed against Jehovah. What word are they using for trespass? Ashame. So trespass is the same word as guilty. There's no difference. Hashem, Hashem, but it's pronounced Hashame or Hashem. Hashem or Hashem. Right? Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, if a soul sin and commit a trespass against Jehovah and lie, Jehovah or Jehovah, and lie unto his neighbor, in that which was delivered him to keep, or in fellowship, or in a thing taken away by violence, or hath deceived his neighbor, or hath found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, and sweareth falsely. In any of all these that a man doeth, kata therein, then it shall be because he has kata, no, kata, and is guilty or ashame, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he hath deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered him to keep, or the lost thing which he found, or all that about which he hath sworn falsely, he shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the fifth part more thereto, and give it unto him to whom it appertaineth in the day of his trespass offering. So he not only has to make his trespass offering because he deceitfully took it or coveted it or whatever, he has to give it back plus a fifth of it, so 20%. So a fifth plus 20%. Maybe that's where the 20% safety factor comes from. So yeah, so a fifth of it, so 20%, in additional to what was taken, so that he can restore his trespass. Who restoreth such a one? Pretty simple offer. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, command Aharon and his sons, saying, this is the law of the burnt offering. What word are they using for law? Torah. Oh, Torah. Okay. So that makes sense. The Torah is the law. They said the law of Moses, the law of Moshe. But it's not only talking about Moses. It's talking about many other that come before him. And those who come after him. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, command Aharon and his sons, saying, this is the Torah of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night unto the morning. Whose altar again? Altar. Mizbayak. Mizbayak. unto the morning, and the fire of the altar shall be burning in it. Mizbeach shall be burning in it. And the Kohane shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take up the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar, and he shall put them beside the altar of the Mizbeach. Mizbeach. And he shall put off his garments, and put on other garments, and carry forth the ashes without the camp unto a clean place. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it. And he shall burn thereon the fat of the peace offerings. Yes, so this is the protocol for what a priest does when he is offering the burnt offerings. He doesn't, Moshe didn't only have to record the law of the people or the law for himself. He also had elders that he had to record the law for. And in the future, um, there's also additionally judges that he was already told to set up, and elders that he was told to set up and establish. But we didn't get to that point yet. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar, it shall never go out. And this is the law of the meat offering. The sons of Aharon shall offer it before Jehovah, before the altar. And he shall take of it his handful of the flour of the meat offering, and of the oil thereof, and all the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor, even the memorial of it unto Jehovah. And the remainder thereof shall Aharon and his sons eat with unleavened bread, shall it be eaten in the holy place, in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall eat it. It shall not be baken with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most holy, as is the kata'ah offering, and as the trespass offering. Is that avone? Avone trespass? Avone? 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 Show me. The trespass is the same. Okay. Iniquity is avone. So that's Asham. Or Shami. Or Shami. All the males among the children of Aharon shall eat of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations concerning the offerings of Jehovah made by fire. Every one that toucheth them shall be holy. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, this is the offering of Aharon and of his sons. Remember, this is Leviticus, so this is talking about the sons of Levi, which Moshe and Aharon are. This is the offering of Aharon and his sons, which they shall offer unto Jehovah in the day when he is anointed, the 10th part of an ephah of flour for a meat offering perpetual, half of it in the morning, and half thereof at night. In a pan it shall be made with oil, and when it is baken, thou shalt bring it in, and the baken pieces of the meat offering shalt thou offer for a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And the Kohane of his sons that is anointed in his stead shall offer it. It is a statute forever unto Jehovah. It shall be wholly burnt. So imagine a people not doing this for generations and how much negative energy has been built up. For every meat offering in the Kohane, and the Kohane, uh, his sons that is anointed and instead shall offer it as a statute forever. Okay. For every meat offering for the Kohane shall be wholly burnt. it shall not be eaten. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the law of the Kata'ah offering. In the place where the burnt offering is slain, shall this Kata'ah offering be killed before Jehovah. It is most holy. Um, the Kohane that offereth it for sin shall eat it. In the holy place shall it be eaten. In the court of the tabernacle of the congregation, whatsoever shall touch the flesh thereof shall be holy. And when there is sprinkled of blood thereof upon any garment, thou shalt wash that whereon it was sprinkled in the holy place. But the earthen vessel wherein it is sodden shall be broken. And if it be sodden in a brazen pot, it shall be scoured, or scoured, basically scrubbed metal to metal, and rinsed in water. And the males upon the priests shall eat thereof. All the males among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy. And no sin offering whereof any of the blood is brought into the tabernacle of the congregation to reconcile withal in the holy place shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in the fire. Sin offerings are not eaten, they are burned in the fire. Likewise, this is the law of the trespass. Washame, washame, the trespass. Washame, the trespass. Washam, washam, washam. Offering, it is most holy. And the place where they kill the burnt offering, shall they kill the trespass offering, or the asham offering, and the blood thereof shall he sprinkle round about the altar, and he shall offer it all the fat thereof, the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul that is above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the Kohane shall burn them upon the altar for an offering made by fire unto Jehovah. It is a trespass offering. Every male among the priests shall eat thereof. It shall be eaten in the holy place. It is most holy. As the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There is one law for them. The priest that maketh atonement therewith shall have it. And the priest that offereth any man's burnt offering, even the priest shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering which he hath offered. And all the meat offering that is baken in the oven, and all that is dressed in the frying pan, and in the pan, shall be the priest's that offereth it. And every meat offering mingled with the oil and dry shall all the sons of Aharoni have, one as much as another. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings. What is the word for sacrifice? Zebak. Zebak, which means slaughter. Shalem. Shalem. Peace offering. Voluntary offering. Leviticus 7:11. And this is the law of the I forget the word. Zebak. Zebak. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer unto Jehovah. And if he offer it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mingled with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour fried. Besides the cakes, he shall offer for his offering leavened bread, the sacrifice of thanksgiving, of his peace offerings. And of it he shall offer one out of the whole oblation for, for an heave offering unto Jehovah. And it shall be the priests that sprinkleth the blood of the peace offerings. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. He shall not leave any of it unto the morning. But if the sacrifice or zebach of his offering be a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offereth his sacrifice. And on the morrow also the remainder of it shall be eaten. But the remainder of the flesh of the zebach on the third day shall be burnt with fire. And if any of the flesh of the zebach of his peace offering be eaten at all on the third day, it shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed unto him that offereth it. It shall be an abomination, and the soul that eateth of it shall bear his avone. And the flesh that toucheth any unclean thing shall not be eaten, it shall be burnt with fire. And as for the flesh, all that be clean shall eat thereof. But the soul that eateth of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings that pertain unto Jehovah, having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Literally cut off, separated. Moreover, the soul, what's the word for soul? Nefesh, probably Egyptian. Basically, any living thing can be a nefesh. Nefesh. Moreover, the nefesh that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat of the flesh of the zebach of peace offerings, which pertaineth or which pertain unto Jehovah, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Ye shall eat no matter of fat of ox, or of sheep, or of goat, and the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beast may be used in any other use, but ye shall in no wise eat of it. For whosoever eateth the fat of the beast, of which men offer an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, even the soul that eateth it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, ye shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of what is blood? What is word blood? I think I may have looked this up before. Dome, dome, hmm, dome, dome. Moreover, ye shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast, in any of your dwellings. Whatsoever nefesh it be that eateth any manner of blood, even that nefesh shall be cut off from his people. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, He that offereth the sacrifice of his peace offering unto Jehovah shall bring his oblation unto Jehovah of the sacrifice, or the zabak of his peace offering. His own hand shall bring the offerings of Jehovah made by fire. The fat with the breast it shall be bring, that the breast may be waved for a wave offering before Jehovah, which was previously also given the protocol for a wave offering, or waves it over the smoke, essentially. And the priest shall burn the fat upon the altar, but the breast shall be Aharones and his sons, and the right shoulder shall ye give unto the Kohane for an heave offering of the sacrifices of your peace offerings. He among the sons of Aharone that offered the dome of the peace offering and the fat shall have the right shoulder for his part. For the wave breast and the heave shoulder have I taken of the children of Israel from off the sacrifices, the zabak, of their peace offerings, and have given them unto Aharone the Kohane and unto his sons by a statute forever from among the children of Israel. This is the portion of the anointing of Aharone and of the anointing of his sons out of the offerings of Jehovah made by fire, the day when he presented them to minister unto Jehovah the priests, the Kohanes office, which Jehovah commanded to be given them of the children of Israel in the day that he anointed them by a statute forever throughout their generations. This is the law of the burnt offerings, of the meat offering, and of the sin offering, and of the trespass offering, and of the consecrations, and of the sacrifice, of the zebach, of the peace offerings, which Jehovah commanded Moshe in Mount Sinai in the day that he commanded the children of Israel to offer their oblations unto Jehovah in the wilderness of Sinai. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, Take Aharon and his sons with him, and the garments, and the anointing oil, and a bullock for the sin offering, and the kata offering, and 2 rams, and a basket of unleavened bread. And gather thou all the congregation together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Moshe did as Jehovah commanded him, and the assembly was gathered together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Moshe said unto the congregation, This is the thing which Jehovah commanded to be done. And Moshe brought Aharon and his sons and washed them with water. And he put upon them the coat, and girded him with the girdle, and clothed him with the robe, and put the ephod upon him. And he girded him with the curious girdle of the ephod, and bound it unto him therewith. And he put the breastplate upon him. Also, he put in the breastplate the Urim and the Tumen. The Urim is actually pronounced differently. It's actually pronounced almost close to Tumen. The is like Umen. Urim, Urim, and Tumim. Yeah, Urim and Tumim is how it's pronounced. And he put the breastplate upon him. Also, he put in the breastplate the Urim and Tumim. Again, this is something that they don't know what it is. These are the tools of divination, but they don't know what they are. Just to be honest, they don't know what these things are. If you look at the definition, they say uncertain origin of what it is. So if they raided tombs and things of that nature and raided temples, they may have found them and discovered them that way, quote unquote, discovered them that way. But um, these are not things that they know through translation because they were disconnected from this language. And by they, I mean those who wrote the Bible. And he put the mitre upon his head, also upon the mitre, even upon his forefront. What's the word for mitre? I might as well read this whole section with the expanded version. with the expanded language. There's a lot of things I want to know. Mitznefet, official turban of a king or high priest, diadem, mitre. Mitznefet, mitznefet, more than likely of a um, Egyptian word. And he put the mitznefet upon his head, also upon the mitre, also upon the mitznefet. Yeah, I'm going back. Even upon his forefront did he put the golden plate. So he put on the mitznefet first, and then he put on the golden plate over the mitznefet in his head as well. The holy crown, as Jehovah commanded Moshe. And Moshe took the anointing oil and anointed the tabernacle and all that was therein, and sanctified them. And he sprinkled thereof upon the altar 7 times, and anointed the altar and all his vessels, both the laver and his foot, to sanctify them. Because remember, the foot of the laver is made separately, it's not made as one whole piece. So the laver, the basin, and the feet of the basin are made separately, but they're fused together, they're welded together. So because they are separate pieces, they have to be anointed separately, but at the same time. But they're two separate things. And he poured of the anointing oil upon Aharon's head and anointed him to sanctify him. And Moshe brought Aharon's sons and put coats upon them and girded them with girdles and put bonnets upon their head upon them, as Jehovah commanded Moshe. And he brought the bullock for the sin offering, for the kata offering, and Aharon and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the bullock for the sin offering, and he slew it. And Moshe took the blood and put it upon the horns of the altar round about with his finger, and purified the altar, and poured the blood at the bottom of the altar, and sanctified it, to make reconciliation upon it. And he took all the fat that was upon the inwards, and the caul above the liver, that's fatty mesh above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and their fat. And Moshe burned it upon the altar. Um, what was it? Mitzbekel? Mitzbekel? Altar Mitzbekel? Mizbayak. Mizbayak. Zibek is um, sacrifice. Zibek is sacrifice. And Mizbayak. Mizbayak is altar. But the bullock and his hide, his flesh, and his dung, he burnt with fire without the camp or outside the camp. And Jehovah commanded Moshe, and he brought the ram for the burnt offering. And Aharon and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram, and he uh, killed him. And Moshe sprinkled the dam upon the altar round about, or upon the mitzvah. Mitzbayak. Is it Mitzbayak or Mitzbaya? Mitzbayak. I think it's Mitzbayak. Mitzbayak. Right. And he cut the ram into pieces. And Moshe burnt the head and the pieces and the fat. And he washed the inwards and the legs in the water, and Moshe burnt the whole ram upon the altar. And it was a burnt sacrifice, um, for a sweet savor unto an offering made by fire unto Jehovah. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, Holocaust, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lordy, Lordy, oh Lord. It is a burnt offering, burnt sacrifice, oh Lord, or a Holocaust, oh Lord. An offering made by fire unto Jehovah, as Jehovah commanded Moshe. No, let's read that scripture. And he washed the inwards and the legs in water, and Moshe burnt the whole ram upon the altar. It was a burnt sacrifice, or it was a olah for sweet savor, and an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, as Jehovah commanded Moshe. And he brought the other ram, the ram of consecration, and Aharon and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram, and he slew it. And Moshe took of the blood of it, and put it upon the tip of Aaron's right ear, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. And he brought Aharon's sons, and Moshe put of the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs of their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet. And Moshe sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. Now, because this has been altered, these people could have switched up the sides which things are. So these are the type of things that if someone is trying to replicate these things, to get themselves closer in alignment, they need to seek the face of the Creator first before they engage in these type of rituals. Um, to make sure that they haven't been booby trapped or sabotaged in the process. And out of the basket of unleavened bread that was before Jehovah, he took one unleavened cake and a cake of oiled bread and one wafer, and put them on the fat and upon the right shoulder. And he put all upon Aharon's hands and upon his son's hands, and waved them for a wave offering before Jehovah. And Moshe took them from off their hands and burnt them on the altar upon the burnt offering. They were consecrations for a sweet savor. It is an offering made by fire unto Jehovah. And Moshe took the breast and waved it for a wave offering before Jehovah. For of the ram of consecration it was Moshe's part, as Jehovah commanded Moshe. And Moshe took of the anointing oil and of the blood which was upon the Mizbeach, um, and sprinkled it upon Aharon, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon his sons' garments with him, and sanctified Aharon and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. And Moshe said unto Aharon and to his sons, boil the flesh at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and there eat it with the bread that is in the basket of consecrations, as I commanded, saying, Aharon and his sons shall eat it. And that which remaineth of the flesh and of the bread shall ye burn with fire. You shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation in 7 days, until the days of your consecration be at an end. For 7 days shall he consecrate you. And he hath done this day, so Jehovah hath commanded to do, to make an atonement for you. Therefore shall ye abide at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation day and night 7 days, and keep the charge of Jehovah, that ye die not. For so I am commanded. So Aharon and his sons did all the things which Jehovah commanded by the hand of Moshe. Jehovah accepts Aharon's offering. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moshe called Aharon and his sons and the elders of Israel. So did he call on the 8th day. Moshe called Aharon, which is the high priest, uh, his sons, which are the priests, and then the elders. And a certain number of elders per every, I forget. And he said unto Aharon, take thee a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a kata offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. Burnt is olah, right? Without blemish, and offer them before Jehovah. So he said, tell Aaron to take the ram, a young calf for a kata offering, and then the ram for a dom. No, uh, that's burnt offering. Olah, burnt offering is olah. Kata offering, and a ram for olah offering or holocaust, without blemish, and offer them before Jehovah. And unto children of Israel, thou shalt speak, saying, take ye a kid of the goats for a kata offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year without blemish, for a burnt offering or for a olah. Um, Also a bullock and a ram for peace offerings to sacrifice before Jehovah, and a meat offering mingled with oil, um, for the day Jehovah will appear unto you. Because remember, there's a day when um, Jehovah is scheduled to come and appear on the mercy seat. And Moshe said, this is the thing which Jehovah commanded that ye should do, and the glory of Jehovah shall appear upon unto you. And Moshe said unto Aharon, go into the altar, the Zebek, or is it Mitzvah? Altar is Mitzvah, right? Altar is Mitzvah. Yeah, Mitzvah. Zebek. And Moshe said unto Aharon, go into the altar, the Mitzvah, and offer thy, what is it, Zebek? The sin offering is Kotah, offering in thy Olah, and make an atonement for thyself and for thy people, and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as Jehovah commanded. Aharon therefore went to the altar of the Mizbeach and slew the calf of the Kata offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aharon brought the blood unto him. And he dipped his finger in the blood and put it upon the horns of the altar and poured the blood at the bottom of the altar, but the fat and the kidneys and the caul above the liver of the Kata offering he burnt upon the altar as Jehovah commanded Moshe. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire without the camp or outside the camp. And he slew the burnt offering or the olah, and Aharon's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar of the Mitzvah. And they presented the burnt offering, the olah, unto him, with the pieces thereof, and the head, and he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash the inwards and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. And he brought the people's offering, and took the goat, which was the kata offering for the people, and slew it, and offered it for sin, for kata, as the first. And he brought the burnt offering, or the olah, and offered it according to the manner. And he brought the meat offering. Okay, meat offering is what? Minka. Minka. And he brought the meat offering, and took a handful thereof, and burnt it upon the altar, beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. Burnt sacrifice of the morning. Boker. Ola Boker. Ola Boker. The sacrifice of the morning, or dawn. In the evening, in the morning of the first day. So the dusk and the dawn, basically. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a zebach. Zebach, right? Sacrifice. Yeah, zebach. Sacrifice. He slew also bullock and the ram for a zebach of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aharon's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. Blood is dome. And the fat, the bullock, the ram, the rump, and that which covereth the inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver. And they put the fat upon the breasts, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. And the breasts and the right shoulder Aharon waved for a wave offering before Jehovah, as Moshe commanded. And Aharon lifted up his hand toward the people, and blessed them, and came down from the offering of the Kata'ah offering, and the Olah in this piece. So Olah, this piece. Shalom, 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 shalom offerings. And Moshe and Aharon went into the tabernacle of the congregation, and came out, and blessed the people. And the glory of Jehovah appeared unto all the people. And there came a fire out from before Jehovah, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces. For our God is a consuming fire, and his Holy Spirit feels like fire shut up in our bones. All right. This is the death of Aharon's sons. And Nadab and Abihu, at least get their names right. Nadab and Abihu, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aharon, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before Jehovah, which he commanded them not. So they brought strange fire. Before Jehovah, which he commanded them not. Because Jehovah himself is supposed to appear at a time and then be the fire that ignites everything. They were not supposed to go in and ignite with a strange fire. And there went out fire from Jehovah and devoured them, and they before Jehovah. And Moshe said unto Aharon, This is it that Jehovah spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aharon held his peace. So he's basically trying to get, trying to calm Aaron with his sons being devoured by the fire, but they violated the protocol and did not operate according to the instructions. Um, and the fire of Jehovah is a purifying fire. So it proves those who present themselves to it. But there's a protocol for the sons of Aharon, or the Levi, or the Levites, as we would commonly call them. They have a protocol, and they have to be separate and distinct from the rest of the people, and they have to operate in the capacity to um, stand in the gap, essentially, for the rest of the people. So they have to follow the protocol by letter and do everything on God's time. Right. Then Moshe said unto Aharon, This is it that Jehovah spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aharon held his peace. And Moshe called Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, the uncle of Aharon, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. Wow. So they went near and carried them in their coats out of the camp, as Moshe had said. And Moshe said unto Aharon and unto Eleazar and unto Itamar, his sons, uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which Jehovah hath kindled. And ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye. For the anointing oil of Jehovah is upon you. And they did not, and they did according to the word of Moshe. And Jehovah spake unto Aharon, saying, Do not drink wine, nor strong drink thou, nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. And that ye may put difference between holy and unholy, and between unclean and clean. This is basically just what I just said. Um, and that ye may teach the children of Israel all the statutes which Jehovah hath spoken unto them by the hand of Moshe. And Moshe spake unto Aharon and unto Eleazar and unto Itamar, his sons that were left, Take the meat offering that remaineth of the offerings of Jehovah made by fire, and eat it without leaven beside the altar, for it is most holy. And ye shall eat it in the holy place, because it is thy due, and thy sons' due, of the sacrifices of Jehovah made by fire. For so I am commanded. And the wave breast and heave shoulder shall ye eat in a clean place, thou and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, for they be thy due, and thy sons' due, which are given out of the sacrifices of peace offerings of the children of Israel. The heave shoulder and the wave breast shall they bring with the offerings made by fire of the fat, to wave it for a wave offering before Jehovah, and it shall be thine and thy sons with thee by a statute forever, as Jehovah hath commanded. And Moshe diligently sought the goat of this kata'ah offering, and behold, it was burnt. And he was angry with Eleazar and Itamar, the sons of Aharon, which were left alive, saying, Wherefore have ye not eaten the sin offering, the kata'ah offering in the holy place, seeing it is most holy, and Jehovah and Elohim hath given it? you to bear the iniquity of the congregation, to make atonement for them before Jehovah. Behold, the dome of it was not brought in within the holy place. Ye should indeed have eaten it in the holy place, as I commanded. And Aharon said unto Moshe, Behold, this day have they offered their sin offering and their kotah offering and their olah before offering before Jehovah, and such things have befallen me. And if I had eaten this kotah offering, kotah today, should it have been accepted in the sight of Jehovah? And when Moshe heard that, he was content. You see. All right, let's do 11 just to do it. Let's see what 12 is talking about. I think we can go to 12 tonight. God was speaking to Moshe and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, they shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as a camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean to you. This is just telling them what they can and cannot eat, specifically to this people. Um, and this is not even the general public. This is the elders. This is the elders. This is the priests, the priesthood. That's who this is for. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof of the coney. Shelfon, rock rabbit, special species of rock rabbit. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. What do you mean by hoof, though? Are you actually talking about their feet? You're not talking about their feet. What is a hoof? Parse off and then claw or split hoof. Foot. Okay. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Oh, okay. That they said because uh, a pig is an omnivore, to not eat the pig because it doesn't chew the cud. Um, it doesn't only eat grass, basically. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you, specifically you, not all, but you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Um, yeah, so it's basically talking about like catfish, stuff like that. That does not have scales. And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind. As a bird with a split tail. Every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the night hawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gear eagle, and the stork, the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat, all fowls that creep, going upon all four. Fowl that creeps and goes on all fours shall be an abomination unto you. Mm. That's that besides the bat. Yet these may eat of every Yet these may eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat. The locust after his kind. What? Okay, so fowls are just saying flying things. Yeah. The locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things, which have 4 feet, shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the evening or evening. And whosoever beareth out aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Every one that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean unto the evening, or even evening. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes, and be unclean unto the evening. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel, and the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret, and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them, when they be dead, shall be unclean until the evening. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening. so it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. There are water vessels made out of pig stomachs uh, that are considered to be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of their carcass falleth shall be unclean, whether it be oven or ranges for pots. They shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean to you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit, wherein there is plenty of water, shall be clean, but that which toucheth their carcass shall be unclean. And if any part of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed, which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of the carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean to you. If any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the evening. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. Shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Some of the people that eating rats and stuff. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with anything, any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am Jehovah, your Elohim. I don't think it's said like that. I think it's said a little bit different. For I am Jehovah. I don't, For I am Jehovah, your Elohim. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves. Ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. For I am Jehovah that bringeth you up out of the land of Mitzrayim to be your Elohim. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the beasts, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beasts that may be eaten and the beasts that may not be eaten. Okay? And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. According to the days of the separation of her infirmity, shall she be unclean. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 3 and 30 days, 32 days after that. So 40 days total. No, it's 8 days. Yeah, 8 day. And she shall then continue in the dome of her purifying 3 and 30 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing or holy thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. But if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood in the dome of her purifying 60 days. So 66 days. 66 and 2 weeks. 66 and 14. Maybe. Right? Or 80. Yeah. 80. So it's 80 days for a girl. And how many for 2 weeks? 3, 4, 6, 8 days, 7 days, according to some person and the ninth day. Okay, so 7 days plus 33. So 40 days for a boy and 80 days for a girl. Mm-hmm. And on the eighth day, the boy shall be circumcised. Who shall offer it before the Jehovah to make atonement for her? Okay. And when the days are purified or filled for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring a lamb the first year for a olah, and a young pigeon or a turtle dove, um, which is just a brown pigeon, for a kata'ah unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the Kohane, who shall offer it before Jehovah and make an atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood. This is the law for her that hath borne a male or a female. And if she be not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons, the one for the olah and the other for kata'ah. And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean. So this is purification after childbirth, and she's responsible for this. So she would be responsible to bring this to the priest, and she would still have to remain outside the tabernacle. She could only bring it to the door. Um, because remember, with the peace offering, it's different. They have to lay their hand on the head of the bullock or the head of the lamb during the peace offering, but it's not the same like that for the or sin offering. Right. All right. Then you get into leprosy. And something something next phases go deep. Oh, deep, deep, deep for the next chapters. For the next chapters. Yeah, so next 10 chapters is going to be pretty deep. All right, so let's say it's. Okay. All right, so that's complete. We went through Leviticus um, chapter chapter 1 through chapter 12. And we stopped there. Next few chapters are very, very long and cover a lot of detail. Um, don't want to push it too far with the time frame. So um, we give thanks for this opportunity. I'm going to have a prayer. We give thanks to the Creator of all things for open way for us, for clearing our pathway, clearing our minds, clean our schedules and our hearts. Um, Let us continue to grow and develop very well along this journey. Let us continue to do what we're commanded to do what we're called to do. Let us walk in accordance with our purpose and walk the right path, specific to our destiny and specific to our calling. Um, Let us not be discouraged. Let us not be disheartened. Let us move with purpose. Let us move with alignment. Let us move along the pathway of truth, of understanding, wisdom, transformation, growth, and development. Let us live according to our principles and follow our own instruction. Um, as we would say, with the leading of the Lord, but with the leading as we seek the face of the Creator, let us find our right path, find our own do's and don'ts, find our own law according to who we are in this time period. Let laws of our enemies um, not reside over us. Let us have the freedom, capacity, and the wherewithal to live free, to live clean, and to live righteous and in alignment. Let us be disciplined. Let us be disciplined in our actions, in our thoughts, and our deeds. Let us follow our do's and our don'ts and our own principles and be mindful of what it is that we need to do in this time so that we can be free and our enemies can be defeated on all sides. Let there be prosperity, wealth, health, long life, joy, peace, and happiness. Um, that is ours. Let our lives be filled with goodness. Let us have the support that we need. Let us have the resources that we need. Um, let the rooms and the conversations in the rooms before we get there open the way for our greater success and our greater um, potential possibilities in all things that we do. Let our day be well, let our journey be safe, let our travel be protected. These things we say, Amen. Shit. All right. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Um, I am my boy Guni Edwards. And again, this is I am Omar J. Um, uh, a podcast. Um, look forward to the next one as we continue to make our way through Leviticus as we continue to complete uh, our reading of the Torah or the law. All right. Take care. Peace.